up, Britches? If you're new here, hello, my name is Brittany, and we're back to revisit this video, because if you guys missed my last one, whole shit show broke out during the last live, so we're back to redeem ourselves, because there's a new makeup brand, we have to test it. I've actually been testing it, so I can give you my thoughts, my opinions, a look, and then we're going to do a look live today. So if you guys like these types of videos, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up or thumbs it down. That's cool too. All aboard the Hot Mess Express, everybody. If the last video didn't show you that, it's bound to be a hot mess. I don't know what will. So we are talking about the brand new brand, Chokehold Cosmetics. So this really caught my attention because if you guys know, if you know me, you know how much I love Unearthly Cosmetics. Well, Chokehold Cosmetics is Amanda, who is the owner of Unearthly. It's her cousin's brand. So naturally, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to like this brand. So I wanted to try them out. Again, like I said, I've been testing them. I'm going to swatch for you guys. I got the whole collection. This was not gifted to me. I bought everything with my own money. I am not an affiliate. I'm here to give you guys the tea, let you guys know if it's worth it or not, and all the things. I see you Britches coming to the live chat. What's good? What's poppin'? Yeah. Guys, I really do apologize for the last video. By the way, if you're watching the playback, I would recommend watching it like 2x speed. Because we like to chat. We like to ramble. It's a thing over here, okay? So, I do want to say thank you to you guys. Because everybody that was watching the last live, they were all messaging me. So thank you guys for your concern. Everything's okay. It's just, my dog and my stepdaughter don't get along. So that's what we're dealing with right now. So we're here to escape reality for a little while, and we're going to just play with makeup. So in this collection, this is called the Takeover collection. There's a palette, some brushes, and a lip gloss. So I have used the palette. I have tried on the lip gloss. And then I wanted to try the brushes live with you guys because I wanted to test since we got like thrown off my initial first impressions. So I decided, I'm like, all right, let me take this time while I'm taking a little time off. I was testing it with brushes that I know that I love just to see if my thoughts change using these brushes, if that makes sense, you know? Hey girl, hey! I see you guys all coming to live chat. So let's just dive right in. I'm going to start with the palette. So we're going to do swatches. I've already swatched this once, so it's not in like mint condition or anything. Actually, you know what? Let me show you guys this first because let's just give this brand a moment for their packaging. This is the unboxing that I posted. This is on my TikTok and it's also on my YouTube shorts. And this will most likely be coming on my Instagram as well because why not repurpose content? So I just want to give a very special shout out to Chokehold Cosmetics because when you're a brand new brand and you're coming this hard with your packaging, the delivery, like everything was flawless. Customer service, I ordered it, had no issues, and everything came really nicely packaged. I'm here for it. So you're getting a glimpse at what the entire collection looks like, and then I will obviously show it. So let me see. I finally bought the crystal-y brushes. Yes! You guys know that I have been loving those brushes lately. So I wanted to try these and just, I don't know, just to show the brand love because it is their first launch. And I'm just very impressed since it's a first launch and it was so well done. And I said in my last one, like the first time we tried this video, I'm going to try not to compare them to Unearthly because they do give me very similar vibes, but I don't want them to be, I want them to be like their own category, you know? So I'm going to try not to, but forgive me if I do have little like comparisons and stuff because as soon as I saw like the color story, the whole vibe, it very much gave me Unearthly Cosmetics, but almost like Unearthly and Melt had a baby because I feel like just like the grungy but luxury in its own little way. I feel like it's so unique. So I love that. I don't know. I just love the aesthetic. I love everything about it. One thing I also do want to mention is I believe that 1% of the proceeds when you buy anything from this brand goes to mental health awareness. So that's another thing that's really great. So in the packaging, they sent like, I don't know if everybody got this. I'm assuming so because I bought this as like anybody would. Like, I don't think they knew who I was maybe at the time that I bought this. I don't know. It wasn't gifted to me. So this I'm assuming that everybody would get. It's just a letter, just basically like introducing the brand, their mission statement, and all that sort of stuff. So if you do purchase, I would expect to get something like that. And then there's also like the card for the owner, which is, it's just like a nice personal touch that I feel like a lot of brands don't really do that, you know? And then obviously, just like you guys saw, everything came really nicely packaged. I need to take this out. So let's start with the palette. Wow, I got way sidetracked. So here we go. So this is what the outer packaging looks like. It does come in the box like you guys saw in the little unboxing. The box itself, if you're familiar with Unearthly, like how their stuff comes packaged, how it's got like the box inside of a box, very reminiscent to something like that. And like, I know a lot of you guys also shop Unearthly, so if you hear the references, I'm not trying to be that way. It's just like, this is my feeling. If you like Unearthly, you're probably going to like this brand, okay? And for us, that's a great thing because of how much we love that brand as well. So this right here is what the inner packaging looks like, and then this here is the color story. So I have used, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades in this palette so far. So I'm going to do a look today with like no safe word, blindfold, probably a little bit of undressed. I'm also going to use the blush. I have used the highlight like I said. But first impression so far, this is fantastic. Like, especially when you see these swatches. Have you guys, like, were you guys watching in the last live? Because we barely got through, like, we got through the swatches, and then we got through, like, me applying just this one eyeshadow. And that was as far as we got. So I'm like, all right, we need to give this brand another moment, okay? Because are you fucking kidding me? As soon as I swatch this, I'm like, oh yeah, immediately yes for me. Because I love me a highly reflective and pigmented eyeshadow like this. It just speaks my name. So, swatches, very impressive. But I will also add, sometimes you can't swatch and judge. But this palette, I swatch and judge because these perform equally as good as they swatch, which is always great. So this shade on the eyeballs, super pretty. I got so many compliments on my makeup last night when I had basically these 3 shades, and I'll show you guys the look in just a few, or no, I'll probably show it towards the end of the video. But then, like, shades like this, typically, they don't really swatch the best, but it's like, boom, pigmentation. That's what I'm here for. And then when I see shades like this, fuck me all the way up. I love these gunmetal metallics. I can't wait to put that all over my eyeballs. And then there is also a black in the palette as well. To me, you know how not all black eyeshadows are created equally? Even though they're all black, they're all different. This one, to me, it's not the like blackest black that I've ever used. If anything, when it's blended, I think it almost gets like a grayish, like a really dark gray, borderline black, you know? It's not the, I just want to make everybody aware, it's not like the blackest eyeshadow, but it is very pigmented. And this is the blush right here. And this, even though it's technically, I say that this is an eyeshadow palette, but it's technically a color palette. And I'm assuming it's because you know how they're like, they call them pressed pigment palettes and stuff like that? So this is technically, you would use it as a blush, but you could still use it as an eyeshadow. It's like a technicality and also a loophole for brands. Because it's like, you look at the palette, you're like, yeah, it's an eyeshadow and face palette. But technicality-wise, they might have to name it that for different reasons, you know? So this right here is the highlight shade as well. So let's dive in, shall we? I didn't do my face first today because I figured, one, we could chitty chat as I was doing my makeup. But I also wanted to do, I knew I was going to go with a darker look, and typically how I would apply that is I'm going to do my eyes first so it doesn't get all over my face. So with all the shades that I've used so far, I don't experience any sort of fallout. I'm having a really, really great time. So this is the swatches of the palette as a whole. Fucking stunning. I'm here for it. I love it. So that alone is what sold this collection to me. And then let me dig out these brushes. So in this little brush collection, you can purchase everything individually as well, but I just bought the whole bundle because fuck it, YOLO. So let me give you guys the tea real quick, and then we'll jump into the little tutorial. So the Takeover set, it retails for $100. Everything is still in stock. And you can also, like I said, purchase things individually as well. I do have everything linked down below if you guys are interested. And if you want to let the brand know that I sent you, I think they would love that. I mean, I would love that. It's always helpful though when a brand knows, like, if you guys are coming from my channel, you know, like if you guys ever wanted maybe discount codes and stuff like that. We love affiliates and shit. So then we have the Chokehold palette, which retails for $60. The Chokehold red gloss retails for $18. And then the 5-piece brush set, which comes with technically 2 face brushes and 3 eye brushes for $30. And these are synthetic hair as well. So good price point. I feel like it's comparable to a lot of other makeup brands, like a lot of other indie brands that are out here killing it. Same price point. I don't know if they have any affiliates at. I would assume so. But if anybody knows of any discount codes, please feel free to let us know. And these are, as of right now, the only items that are currently available through Chokehold Cosmetics. Because, what did I just say? Through Chokehold Cosmetics. Because, like I said, this is the very first launch of the brand. So, naturally, they're not going to launch with, you know, a plethora of different items, which I appreciate. When brands launch these like small curated collections, I fucking love it. So I'm just using my Crystal Lee. This is the K12. This is one that I've been really liking for applying my eyeshadow base. Any of the brushes in this collection, I would not personally reach for an eye base. So we're just going to reach in for one that I already know that I love. And then for the rest of the look, that's where I'll use these other brushes. So did you guys see this brand? Like, did you guys see that they were announced? Are you guys interested? What do you guys think? I see that they're, okay, you guys are doing not bad. We have 16 people watching as of right now. Hopefully more peeps come in. So if you guys haven't shared it yet, you know, send this to your friends or anybody that you know of that is maybe looking for Chokehold Cosmetics content, you know, because I don't think I've seen, I think the only person that I've seen post content on this brand is, I think it's, I think Betty Jean was the only one so far, aka Betty Jean. We love her. All right, so that was the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base. I don't know why I do this, like, connect through the eyebrow. It's just something I've been randomly doing, but ignore that. All right, so eye base is Dizown. Now, we're going to go in first with the number 2 brush. So this would be something I would say is comparable to... You guys know I love Rephr brushes. I feel like if I had to compare it to one Rephr brush, I really don't think the shape really nails it for any of the Rephr. Maybe something kind of like the Rephr 1, but still not the same. Just a little quick comparison right here. I feel like I would use these for the same purpose, but obviously the shape is not the same. So let me go in first with the shade Blindfold, which is the black shade. So I want to do almost like a halo eye sort of a situation. Everybody say a prayer now. Make sure that this goes well for me. So as you can see, like when you apply this, it's very black. But I feel like it just has almost like that gray black sort of a look to it. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? And then I also am going to apply this on the inner corner as well. Halo eye sort of a situation. And I'm going to just try to angle my head up. I'm trying to be better about not like tugging on my eyes and stuff. So we'll just see how this works out for me. Trying to do all the right angles. So for a purpose like this brush is great because see how it's slightly blending the edges without me having to do too much work? That is the type of shit that I like. And then I'll just take, I kind of wish that it was a little bit thinner, but maybe there will be a brush in the future because the other ones are a little bit more of like dome shaped. Almost something like, I would say like Rephr 14 or Rephr 13. And also, I feel like you guys are all very familiar with Rephr. That's why I keep comparing them to them. And then this one, nope, the 14 is smaller. Maybe something more comparable to like the 27 for the bigger, fluffier style. Not the same, obviously, but just so you guys have like somewhat of a reference. So I feel like these would be like staple sizes. But since I do have hooded eyes, I I tend to like smaller brushes just because they're a little bit easier for me to work with. But the pigmentation's fucking real. Like, okay. You know how I always say this too? Like, whenever I'm doing an eyeshadow look, or if I see somebody doing an eyeshadow look, I could just look at it and know, like, if it's Melt Cosmetics or Unearthly. I feel like this brand is giving the same sort of a vibe. Like, it just has that, like, grunginess, the blendability, the pigmentation, right? Like, whenever we watch Bailey Sarian apply makeup, we're like, yeah, that's Melt. I feel like it just has a very specific look. This is just my speculation, okay? I feel after using this palette, it's almost like they may possibly use the same lab. Just because I'm getting a similar vibe. Even if I didn't know that, like, the owners were cousins, I feel like I would still think the same thing. Maybe because it was, like, planted in my head, it's easier for me to be like, yeah, that's what it is. But I feel like even just looking at, like, the finished looks, the user friendliness of everything, it's just giving the same sort of a moment, which I'm fucking here for it. What are you guys thinking so far? Like, obviously you see the blendability's there, the pigmentation's there, and then even with nothing added into the brush, just seeing how these combine, because I want it just a little bit softer on the inner part. I love eyeshadows that I feel like I don't have to work too hard, and that's also what these are giving as well. I love that shit. I feel like I might need to add a little bit more, angle my eyes just a little bit. I feel like this is about to be a whole ass look though. I'm so excited to use that, like, gunmetal gray metallic. Guys, y'all are quiet as fuck. Give me something today. Talk to me. Hi, Rihanna. How's everybody doing? How was everybody's weekend? I can't believe, like, so we went out last night. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you should, because I post on my Insta story most often. And me and my husband had so much fun last night. I actually went out, and I can't believe that I'm not really, like, hungover or anything. I took the day off from the gym, and I don't know, I feel like I need, like, a recovery day because my body's so fucking sore. I was lifting heavy this week, so we needed a day off. Even though I feel like I've taken quite a few days off lately. You know how when you're in a routine, you just need almost like a reset? I feel like that's how I'm feeling this week. So I'm not beating myself up over it. I had every intention on going. I just didn't execute it today because I was like, you know what? We were up late. I feel like if I went, I would just be half-assing it. So I'm like, why am I going to kill myself? For what? Let me just veg out and live my best life, and then we'll get back to it tomorrow. Sounds like a plan. All right, so the black, it's giving. Now, this is the one I'm very excited about. No safe word. I'm just going to pop, 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 pop. Focus it primarily right on the center. Yes. If you want it to shine a little bit more, you could do a glitter glue. You could do an eye base. I don't know, like certain formulas, I feel like it's really not necessary. Like the experiences that I have had with these eyeshadows so far, like I don't feel like it's necessary. But because we're creating content, I will show you guys. I will show you guys what it would look like if I were to apply a glitter glue. Let's see. In the market for New Year's, oh, new eye brushes, any Rex. All right, Amanda. I have a link at the bottom of my description box. I'm not going to say these brushes yet because this is the first time that I'm using them. So, there's another brand that I love, which is Crystal Lee Cosmetics, if you're looking for synthetics, okay? So, Crystal Lee Cosmetics has an eye bundle marked down half off right now because I think she's trying to clean out inventory. And they're phenomenal brushes. Like, Crystal Lee brushes are so fucking good. So, if you're in the market for eye brushes, I love those for synthetics. I also still love BK Beauty. My number one eye brushes, though, are definitely Refer. Because I do prefer natural hair. I do have links for all of those down below as well. So this is how we're looking with the glitter glue. Looking at them side by side, like maybe a slight difference, but not really necessary, at least in my humble opinion. I don't think I would waste my time unless you really want to secure the sparkle. And then I'm just slowly like blending it over that black. It's just so pretty though. What do you guys think? Are we into it? Are we not? Now don't get me wrong. Is this anything revolutionary? No, it's not. We've seen shadows like these before. We've seen these colors a million times. However, we are here to spotlight a brand that's brand new. Now, I'm going to take this one here. Like I said, this one's probably comparable to something like the Rephr 13, Rephr 14. I'm going to take the shade Undressed. And I just want to work that crease a little bit. Just to see how these kind of work together, you know? And I also want to see if this is going to show you, like what I was saying, with once you blend it, it gets that gray look instead of being like a jet black, how it looked at first. Because this is what I feel like I really noticed. When you first apply it, it's super black, but as it almost like sits, and then as you blend it with other colors, you lose that that jet black look. I feel like I'm having a stroke right now. Like I'm having a hard time like figuring out what the fuck I want to say so it makes sense. This always happens to me when I take time off from filming and stuff like that. I also cannot find, I was gonna go live on TikTok at the same time as this. I can't find my fucking tripod. I swear I would lose my whole life if I didn't have some sort of planner or something, because I'm like, oh my god, how do I forget everything? I'm like running through my brain like, what did I film last? Where would I have put it? No clue. But see how we're looking gray? That's what I was talking about with the black shade. Don't get me wrong, you could go back through. I'm going to do it just so you guys could see what I'm talking about. If you want to add that depth back in and get more of that jet black look, I still feel like it's going to give more of a like grayish cool toned effect though. And I've noticed that with the other look. I wish I took video of when I did the first look with this palette, because I feel like it would make more sense. Pretty much every look that I get with this palette is cool toned, or it's like neutral cool toned. So I feel like that was also what was really appealing about this palette for me, because I don't have a shit ton of cool tone palettes, or even like neutral leaning cool tone. I feel like most of my palettes are warm. And I feel like this fits a hole in my collection, but like I said, I don't think this is anything as far as colors that we're seeing. It's nothing that we haven't seen before. That's just me being honest with you guys. So if I wanted to just liven this up one more time before I move on, cute. You guys see, like, I'm not having to put like an exceptional amount of effort. It's cute. I'm here for it. Now, let's move on to the face. Y'all are so fucking quiet. Guys, what's going on? Why are you so quiet today? Normally, y'all are talking to each other. You're chitty-chatting with me. Quiet AF today. Is it because it's Sunday? Is everybody turn up for Cinco de Mayo? Is that what's happening with y'all? All right, let me move on to this mug. So I'm going to use stuff that I picked up during the last Sephora sale, and also some new items that have come into my collection. So this is like a little segue off of Chokehold Cosmetics, but I figure when I feature other products like this as well, it helps draw some attention to the brand, because not everybody knows who Chokehold Cosmetics is. All right, let me see what complexion. I need to test this right here. Iconic. So I got this during the Sephora sale. Have y'all returned anything during the sale yet? Like, I don't know. Some of these things that I got, I'm so surprised at the hype that they have, and this is one of them. I'm like, why do people think this is so good? Because I don't think it's blurring. I think the texture of it's nice. Like, it's not a primer that's like sticky. If anything, I feel like it is very moisturizing. but it says it's blurring, and I don't think it is. Like, when I just applied that, do you guys think that my skin looks any different? I feel like, I don't know. To me, when I think of blur, I think of, like, Benefit Professional, how it's just, like, mutes out everything. So this is not giving me, like, what I expected out of it, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe it'll change my life at some point, but it says shake well before use. Maybe that's why. Does that make a big difference? I don't know. I feel like every time that I use it, though, it gives a nice, like, glow to the skin, but to me, it is not blurring. That's just at least my humble opinion. Now, for complexion, I just got a new one. I finally got the Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation from Hourglass. So I picked up the shade 10, and I picked up the shade because I had the skin tint in this same, like, packaging or whatever, so I figured it'll probably be a good match for me when I'm a little bit darker. And then for my concealer, we're going to use the Estee Lauder. So I've been using this one, the Sarah Creole, and also the Kosas. Really enjoying all of them. I will be posting a video for, like, an updated, like, Sephora haul update. Let's do this concealer real quick, though. I have been, surprisingly, not minding this concealer. I do like to apply it and then blend it out in sections just because I feel like it dries down fairly quickly. So let's give this a nice little blend. Guys, I am so shook at how quiet. Can you guys, like, hear me? What's happening? I see that you guys are watching. Although I could see more of you guys thumbs up the video. That'd be great. Just normally y'all are way more talkative. What's happening today? Is it because I jumped off the last live abruptly? Are you guys mad at me? I'm kidding. Calm down. Yeah, so see how nicely that blends out? But like I said, it does dry down fairly quickly. This is a self-setting concealer as well. So it's like you don't have to set it down, but I always set my concealers down. So there's that. Little bit on a couple of these, like, problematic areas. I think the applicator on this is nice as well. It's a little strange because it's just different than most concealers, but I like that more than I thought that I was going to. And before you guys ask what brush I'm using, it's a prototype that I'm testing, so it technically doesn't exist yet. But if I hear any updates, I will be sure to let you know. Alright, quick concealer. Maybe I should have applied my base first, but you guys typically like, 1, longer videos, but 2, you guys usually like seeing my whole process, so hopefully everybody watching and watching the playback enjoys this. Feel free to let me know your guys' thoughts if you'd rather me apply this stuff after. I'm getting back into doing more content lately, so any feedback that you guys have, I feel like I'm, like, figuring out the algorithm again. As far as, I don't know, I feel like everything is so different from when I was really, really active on this app. Everybody's just, I feel like everybody's all about the short form content. Like, if you look at my shorts and you look at my view count compared to my live content and compared to my film content, first of all, my film content is like crickets. Barely gets any views. Lives, they still do fairly well. You guys seem to like the live still. And then, yeah, like the shorts, they pop the fuck off. I'm like, wait, what am I missing? Are you guys talking? And oh no, okay, you guys are just quiet today. That's okay. I found some gems from the Sephora sale. I haven't and usually don't do makeup returns. All right. Oh, hi, Stephanie. And of course, love the longer videos. Yes. So this is the Rare Beauty Contour. I'm just going to keep this pretty snatched. This is the shade Solace. So it's a little bit darker. And because I apply it under my foundation, like, it's going to look crazy, but trust the process. Once you put the foundation over the top, it's not going to look as nuts. If you're familiar with my videos, you already know this. I feel the same. I used to film all the time, but it's so different now. Right. It's like, oh my God, when I was trying to film content, it was weird because I thought people liked like longer videos, but also like straight to the point. And then the feedback that I got was like, you guys said I was talking too fast, like information overload. So I was like, all right, maybe that's not the move. Let's slow it down. Let's do the live. Let's chit chat. I feel like that's what it is on YouTube. Everybody really likes the connection, which is what I've always really liked about lives. It just feels like with this platform specifically, and I feel like this is why you don't see a lot of people do lives. It's like the algorithm isn't in our favor, you know? It's not like YouTube is pushing it out constantly and, you know, we're not getting like a shit ton of views on our videos. And obviously when you're producing content, you want people to see it. So obviously we want the views to be there. So that's why when we say to you guys, like sharing the video, sending it to people that you think might like it, anything like that, it really does help, because even if the app doesn't want to push out your content, you guys could still make that happen. So let's just apply this. So technically this is a foundation. It's got the same packaging as the skin tint, which I actually quite like this packaging. It's not giving luxury like you would think Hourglass would, but for something like this, like I just like just being able to draw it on my face. I think it makes it so much easier. Again, this is another prototype brush that we're going to be applying this with, so you guys feel free. Like, if you see me using these prototype brushes and you're interested in them, that's what the brand also wants to see. Ooh. Ooh. It's like super wet. I have some, let's see, I have some that watch no matter what I film. I got to 10K, was doing great, then life happened and now I'm just stuck. See, that's how I felt too. I feel like I've been at like 14K for, oh my god, so long. But I also know that it's because I went MIA for so long. I feel like I did the same thing that you did. Like, life was lifing and I just wasn't doing content. So now that I'm back, I feel like the shorts honestly really help though. Like, I feel like I finally started to see like a bump in my, like my subscriptions. Wow, I just knocked it over. I saw a bump in my subscriptions, but it's primarily because of the shorts. And it's like the views are so like they're in the like tens of thousands, where it's like my lives are usually like if I get 2,000 views on a live, that's really good. If I get more than that, it's or I shouldn't say it's really good. That's like average. What I would say is for the subscriber count that I have, and for it's like subscriber count to view count. If I'm at 2K, that's good. If I get more than that on a live, it's like, whoa, what the fuck happened? Let's see. I really like the shape of that brush. Yes. All right, so this is definitely a glowy foundation. So if you're not into that, easy pass. It makes the skin look so healthy. Like, I ain't mad at this. Shade match is obviously not correct, but it's okay. We're going to set it down anyways. I'm going to use my Gerard pink powder. Oh, let's see. I like the two prototype brushes. They look amazing. Yeah, like her prototypes are fucking good. Like this one. Oh, she's going to have some, like her brushes already are fantastic. She's going to have some banger brushes coming out. So if you guys aren't familiar, this is Crystal Lee Cosmetics is who we're talking about. Which you'd like better, the glass skin tint or the foundation? So this is the first time that I'm using the foundation, so it's hard to say. I do really like the Hourglass skin tint though. Like, it gives a little bit of coverage. I think this gives a little bit more. This is definitely more glowy though. So I think if you're into less glow, you'll probably like the skin tint better. I mean, this is called like glow foundation, so obviously I knew that it was going to be glowy. It is more glowy though than I expected. But let's see how it looks after it's set down with powder, because sometimes powder makes it worthwhile. And especially this powder, I was telling you guys, I think I posted the short on here as well. If you loved the original Givenchy powder, the one that they reformulated, look at the difference. Which, I'm not going to say that not every fucking powder will give you that, like, whoa, but this powder is so fucking good. Let's see. Plus, I turned 55, and I just don't feel like doing a full beat. Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of people. Like, this is probably the most full beat I've done in quite some time. I feel like it's like that for especially, like, eyeshadow looks. I'm like, yo, give me a basic, bitch, eyeshadow palette, and I'm set. Like, I'm not into, like, all these, like, super colorful eye looks, or even palettes for that matter. Like, I get super excited about a solid, like, one and done. But that's just what I like. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm good with, like, the viewership that I have. I'm just hoping that everybody still sees my content that wants to see it. You know? That's all that I could ask for. You mean the powder they totally screwed up? Yeah. They fucked up. They done fucked up so bad. However, they slightly redeemed themselves with the new pressed powder, but I don't know. I think this powder is just as good as the Givenchy, and it's significantly less expensive, and it's supporting a small indie brand. I think it's fabulous. And you could also get it with a little powder puff as well. That was the Sephora powder puff that I just used as well that I got during the Sephora sale. All right, so skin's looking good. Let me contour real quick, and then we'll get back into the color palette. So we could do these cheek products. So I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury with my infamous NARS Ita brush. Guys, I'm so glad that I, like, reached for this again, because what a fucking game changer this brush is. If you struggle with contour, I say this all the time. Like, this is the brush I swear everybody forgot about. But it's like, if you struggle with contour, this can give you, one, the most natural contour, but also the most cunty contour, depending on what your preference is. But it's like, you could snatch your jawline so hard. And it's effortless. One of the best brushes ever created, I swear. It's like the Chanel, the cream bronzer that was chef's kiss, then garbage. I never got to try neither. Like, neither the new one or the old one. I remember that was one product that Jaclyn Hill used to rave about when I was, like, a diehard stan. And, yeah, I wanted it in the worst way, and I just never got it. Still have that brush, baby! See, you guys know. Oldie but a goodie. Like, this is one of these brushes. It's like, this is worth the money. It's like a $40 brush. But I've had this brush probably for... When did this come out? I feel like this is at least 7-8 years old, probably. Maybe even older. Fantastic brush. One of my top recommended brushes. If I could. Would you guys want a video on that? Like, my top recommended brushes? Let me know. Real quick, let me use the Laura Mercier bronzer. Then we'll get back to the color palette. Everybody watching this is probably like, I thought this was about Chokehold Cosmetics. Welcome to a Britt Clark video. This is just what happens. We like to play with makeup, and we like to chitty chat about things. NARS have some amazing brushes. Yes. I'm going to use this fluffy Patrick Ta blush for this bronzer. This is the Laura Mercier Bronzing Duo. I got this during the Sephora sale. If you wanted a little update, I like this bronzer. It's not my favorite bronzer of all time. Like, it's not replacing my, like, Hourglass. It's not. But this is still a really nice bronzer. I really like mixing them together. But I really like how it's, what was I going to say? I like how it's, like, customizable. Just because you could use the matte side by itself. And then you could use the glowy side by itself, or you can mix them, which is what you're seeing me do right now, is mix them. I'm just blending this down my neck because my foundation match is so far off of what my actual skin tone is right now. But we're getting to the summer, it's fine. Okay? All right, let's go back to the Chokehold Cosmetics palette. So I'm going to go in with the blush over here, and then I'm going to use the number 5 brush. I feel like this, once it's, like, broken in, is going to be such a good brush. Not even just for blush, but, like, a great multi-purpose brush. Like one of those. You can dust away everything. And then I'm going to use the shade Bite Mark. I'm feeling, yeah, that's going to be pigmented as fuck. We're going to lightly, yeah, she pigmented. I'm going to use a brush that I already know that I like on the other side because I feel like I don't love this for blush. And I thought I was really going to like it. I like the placement aspect of it, but it's almost like it's not fluffy enough for me. Hold on. Let's work this in. We got to do it justice. We have to do it justice. What color is the powder from Gerard Cosmetics that you use right now? So that was the pink powder that I just used. I could still use the lavender. And then I also have the yellow toned one. Okay, once it's worked into the skin, it's fine. Let me do a brush that I also really like on the other side. Just to see if it's like the powder, could be the brush, because we are testing new things. We gotta see, okay? So I'm gonna do a little boop boop. It definitely picks up. And then again, prototype brush. Don't kill me, guys. Yeah, it applies better with this one. This is more my speed for what I personally like for a blush brush. Let's do one more. This shade though, love shades like this. I love when it has a terracotta, almost like, not quite like brick red, but not quite terracotta, something right in the middle, and I feel like that's exactly what this is. Yeah, that is much more approachable. So if you want a little more pigmentation, maybe I need to wash this, so I'll keep testing this to see if, you know, as you use it, if it gets a little bit fluffier. I feel like it could use a little bit maybe less density for me. It still doesn't look bad, but it's also applying, I think, much better on this side. I'm just building it up to see exactly how we're looking and just to see how it reacts with a brush that I already know. Yeah, I feel like this is how my normal blushes would apply right here. Okay, so I'll revisit that brush. As of right now, would this be like my favorite blush formula though? No, simply because of how pigmented it is. Like sometimes when blushes are too pigmented, I like how it's got a nice soft sheen. So it's very flattering. It's not really emphasizing too much texture, but it's got a little bit of something there. I'm not mad at it, but would I say it's like a favorite? No. Just to be fair. However, one thing that I do really like is how everything is in one. So like travel, you've got your blush, highlight, eyeshadows, one palette. That's all you need. So there's pros and cons, and that's what I like to weigh out when I'm talking especially about new products. Now, highlight. This highlight's fucking beautiful. I love a pinky highlight anyways. And then where is the brush that I'm going to use for this? So you could use this one as a blush brush too, but this is more my speed for a highlight. So this is the number 4. And one thing I will say, and I'm going to show you in the little snippet that I pre-filmed with the other look that I'm going to show you in a little bit. I have a con. And it's partially my fault. I really love this highlight though. I think it's so pretty. I'm not mad at this highlight brush either, because I can get nice precision, but I feel like it's giving me all of like, oh my god, I can't even talk today. It's giving me more of that like all over highlight sort of a look. If I want a little bit more precision, I do really like the Vive highlight brush and then also the Gerard Cosmetics highlight brush. So like, it works fine, but I really like that highlight though. I've worn it, I think 3 or 4 times now, and it just gives a nice like icy pink highlight. I think it's really pretty. You guys let me know what you think. So, I think as of right now, I'm much more impressed after using everything and then now like trying these new brushes. I need to wash these brushes. And I think that my thoughts could possibly change on how I feel about them. But I'm also comparing them to brushes that I already know that I love, and that's where it gets a little sticky because it's like, all right, are they going to replace my brushes that I've been using forever? Probably not. However, we're still going to give them a chance because that's just what we do. I could see this brush, though, definitely going into rotation because it's almost like a multi-purpose brush. You could use it as a blender brush. You could use it as a packer brush. And then it's almost like the quick fix type of brush. That's what I really like about it. You know what? Crystal Lee actually has a brush that's very reminiscent to this too, I think. I can't remember the exact number. But I think overall, I'm not like super hyped about the brushes yet, but if I wash them and my thoughts change on them, like as I'm using them and stuff like that, because sometimes that is a thing. Just like with makeup products, like sometimes when you get into the products, you like it better. If that happens, I will be sure to report back to you guys. I feel like on the lower lash line, you could really see what I was saying as far as like how it has that grayish tone to it. Oh, do you guys get what I'm saying? I feel like it doesn't make sense when I'm saying that, but maybe you guys would get it. In my mind, it makes sense, okay? You guys let me know if it doesn't, though. Let's see. I would buy the highlight as a single for sure. Yeah, the highlight's very pretty. Because it's not overly pigmented either. The only thing that I think, at least for me, this palette is missing is like that brow bone highlight shade. Because the pinky tone highlight is beautiful. But when I try to use it for my inner corner and brow bone highlight, it's not giving me enough. Like, it's not bright enough. And I'll apply it just so you guys could see after I get these brows on really quick. I'm using my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil today. I've been bouncing back between this one and the Rare Beauty. I really need to trim these eyebrows. So until my eyebrows are trimmed, I feel like I'll be probably using this one because I could just better shape my eyebrows. Basically, not even better shape, better manipulate my eyebrows. I feel like I can make them look better. Whereas the Rare Beauty one, I like using them for, like when my eyebrows are like freshly groomed, it's so quick. Can we also talk about really quick about one? How do people know that Benny, if he cheated on Selena Gomez? Like, is Selena Gomez out here saying that he cheated on her? Or is this just like all speculation? And, can we also talk about the fact that James Charles is getting canceled again? I'm like, how do people still follow him? I don't fucking get it. And I'm sure everybody that's watching right now is probably like, oh my God, he's so annoying. Because I already know that most of my audience does not watch him anyways. But it's like, it truly amazes me with the internet, like how somebody could bounce back from admitting to being inappropriate with minors on the internet. Like, I don't fucking get it at all. And it's like, now they're mad about something that is not near, like, it's still bad, but it's like, how many times are you guys gonna try to cancel? Like, if you're a content creator and you're ever concerned about being canceled, it's like, James Charles is still here, you're good. Because it's like, how does it get worse? It truly is. It's truly insane to me. I'm like, let's talk about it real quick. Maybe that'll get you guys talking, like, ooh, some tea. But, yeah, like, I've seen it all over my For You page. Like, everybody's talking about, oh my God, Benny cheated on Selena. I'm like, how does anybody know that? Like, what? It's so wild. And then I'm like, oh my God, they seem like they're so in love. Parasocial relationships. Okay, anyways. Yeah, everybody's losing their shit about James Charles, though. I'm like, how? Look at my one gray hair that sticks up, though. Isn't that cute? Anyways, moving on. There's a lip product. Oh, wait, no. We gotta finish this eye. Because I feel like when you look at this eye look, it's not giving. And it's because I don't have lashes on. All right, so let me put some mascara on for one. Now, I did not like this when I first used it. And this kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier. I think it was Rihanna that said it. With like, she doesn't return makeup because of FOMO or, you know, just like the more that you use it, this is a prime example for me. Like, the more that you use it, you might end up enjoying it. When I first used this mascara, I was like, Charlotte Holdcroft did me so dirty because she loves this mascara. And I trust Charlotte Holdcroft with, like, my whole life. I love her so much. And I used this for the first time and I'm like, what? But this is one of those mascaras that, at least for me, for the one that I got, it was such a wet formula. And this is also one, I can't apply like so many coats of it. I feel like I have 2 coats max. But what I really do like about this mascara is it's hella black. So when I want it to blend with my falsies, this is a great one. So, it's Gucci. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. So, yeah, when I first used it, I didn't like it. And then now I keep reaching for it because I like how black it is. So, let this be a reminder that even though you might try something once, keep trying it. Because sometimes, like, as it dries out, I feel like that's what I'm liking about it, because it doesn't seem as wet of a formula now, and I think that's why I like it. And I feel like that's really common with a lot of mascaras. Don't you guys love how I go from talking about, like, the most random shit to, let me get back to, like, the real reason you guys are here is for makeup reviews? And then, Squirrel, we'll talk about something else. Is there anything else fun that you guys are doing? Like, what's been happening? The more I use things, the better I like. Or they're a challenge and test me to improve my technique. Yes, I agree. You know what's the most fun part for me? Is like when you finally find that combo. When you're just like, wait, I used this once with this and it looked like shit. But then I used it with this and it looks amazing. Because some products just work better together. I don't know. I experience that far too often. And I'm like, sometimes I just have really bad makeup days. And then other days I have great makeup days. So sometimes that just is what it is. All right. Quick little eye kohl. Natasha Denona. I think Natasha Denona has 30% off for Mother's Day right now. Are there any good Mother's Day sales going on? I think the best one that I've seen, it's not technically a Mother's Day, but like I said, those Crystal Lee eye brushes, half off of the bundle. Those brushes don't go on sale, so that's where I was like, yeah, that's an immediate yes. Natasha Denona, the 30% off I thought was good. I think BK Beauty has a sale going on as well for brushes. Hi, Letitia! Guys, everybody wish Letitia a happy birthday. Right? It was your birthday, wasn't it? Guys, chime in. It wasn't only my birthday. My birthday was last Sunday, but it was Letitia's, I think, yesterday. My eyes just got so watery, so I'm praying to God that this doesn't get everywhere. Let me try to dab this real quick. Let me get dab. Do people still do that? I remember my stepdaughter used to do that shit all the time. The things that these kids do nowadays. I am going to touch up that lower lash line, though, because if you guys didn't know this, if you've never been here... Oh, Mars Day has 20% off? All right, here we go. They had a code. It was Spring 30, which I do have a discount code with Mars Day. But if you're shopping Mars Day, which, guys, they have literally the best vanilla fragrance I've ever smelled. And, so you could try the 20%, but also try Spring 30, because it was technically for like a one day, but it still worked the next day. But I haven't tried it since. But man, those fragrances are so good. They're very different, but the Essence Vanille is so good. Like, it's literally the best vanilla fragrance. Like, if you have a vanilla fragrance that you love, Mars Day's better. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, it's like so warm. And to me, the best way to explain it is it's got like a natural scent to it, like natural vanilla. And then that lime note that's in there it's exceptional. Like, it is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. And I'm so glad that it's Mars Day because you guys know how much I loved Makeup Geek. And like I said, the other fragrances are also delightful. I think the Eau Nuit Parisienne is really nice for fall winter because it's like, it's almost like boozy, but it's not like Killian boozy. I don't know. Look, we're just talking about so much random shit today, guys. I'm sorry. You can tell it's been a minute. Anyways, it's like creamy hazelnut. Oh, it's so good. But it has like a, I don't think it has any boozy notes in it, but it just gives me like a boozy vibe, like rich bitch. That's the vibe as a whole. Like they should have, instead of being called Mars Day, they should have called it Rich Bitch Perfumes because it's just something you would think a rich bitch would wear. All of them. Oh, she did? I saw that she said before 2025, but I didn't. Is there like a date or anything? I did see that they updated their Instagram. So if you guys didn't notice, Makeup Geek is... Wait, how do I want to say this? Mars Day on Instagram is still technically like at Makeup Geek. And then they just converted... I don't know if it's just like the beauty section or I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because it's called like House of Mars Day. But they also have Mars Day Beauty. So there's a Mars Day Beauty on Instagram now. So I wonder if they're getting ready to like start announcing shit or whatever. Because I want to say that was like a couple weeks ago. Little update on the Gucci mascara. Like it's still very wet. Like it's still a very wet formula. But it's not as wet as what it once was. That's what she might have said. I feel like these lashes aren't like glamorous enough for this look right now, but they're my favorite style of lash, so they're just gonna work for today. Let's see. She didn't have a date, but she's working on it and her channel. Oh, she said it on her channel the other day. I fucking love her. I fucking love Marlene Estelle. Like, I will literally throw my money at anything that she does. Literally. What are we thinking of the look, guys? I also think the Gucci was very wet. No for me. See, the more that I'm using it, the more that I'm liking it. Is it my favorite mascara of all time? Oh, no. I actually have been reaching for the Makeup by Mario one quite a bit. Hi, Lisa. Lisa was here for the hot mess of a video the last time. I was like, oh my god, how embarrassing. Like, what the fuck? You got my stepdaughter screaming bloody murder in the background, and I'm just like, what's going on? What a mess. But only in the Clark household. Alright, let's top this off. Isn't that such a pretty shade? Like, that shade is fucking giving it to me. I think it's so pretty. Yeah, smoky, shiny. It's isn't it giving like 90s supermodel? Yes, I'm here for it. You know what I want? I want Patrick Todd to launch one of those like duos. One of these in like a gunmetal. Because this one right here, and it's still at the club, so good. But because it's got that, what is it called? A slurry, technically. It's got that beautiful, super sparkly formula. This is very sparkly, though. For, like, a pressed, I'm going to say pigment, because I don't know if it's labeled as an eyeshadow or whatever the fuck. Because it's like this, it's so sparkly and beautiful. But this, I would say, is more of, like, a traditional, like, metallic, you know? He leaked a new concealer? Ooh, that's exciting. All right. I need my lip liner. So the one I've been using the most is from Makeup by Mario. Where the fuck are you? I know you're in here somewhere. I've been using it almost on the daily. Definitely recommend. All right, we're going to have to use a different one because I don't know where it is. We'll use... I'm going to use something like a My Lips but better. Like one that I always use. So Aqua Lip. If you know, you know. If you've been here for a while, you know how much I love this lip liner right here. Aqua Lip. one of my favorites. Did anybody pick up the new Charlotte Tilbury? Did anybody care about the new Charlotte Tilbury? Because I did. I think that might be one of my next videos. So let me ask you guys a question since there's more of you here now. And by the way, feel free to like the video if you haven't yet. Do you guys prefer a like longer video like this, or do you prefer the shorter and like concise videos? Like if it's on one product, it features the one product and that's it. Or do you like how I like generalize this, but then I still did a full face and I still talk about other products as well? You guys let me know, because obviously I want to give you what you guys like. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out this fucking algorithm all over again. I'm really trying to figure out like what the YouTube watchers want to see. All right, so this is the lip gloss. So like I said in the beginning, like this is where I'm like, I feel like they might use the same lab because like the packaging, it's very reminiscent to what we've experienced from Unearthly. I hate saying it, but that's just the reality. And I know that you guys are going to know what I'm talking about because I know you guys love Unearthly as much as me. So I'm going to just apply this. This is not typically a color that I would go for. However, summer is coming. And as you can see, it shears out pretty nicely compared to what it looks like in the tube. And it's not like the glossiest gloss, but it's very pretty. But for somebody like me, we're going to keep adding more because I want to add the shine. That's what we're looking for. This is where like the look that I'm going for right now with the eyes, probably wouldn't pair these together, but we're going to make it work anyways. Because when I have a loud eye going on, I don't typically like to complement it with a loud lip. That's just my style. It's like a one or the other. So, one more layer. You can see it does have shine. It's very hydrating, very comfortable on the lips. It almost feels like smoothing. It feels very hydrating. Like when I rub my lips together, I can't even feel it. Like, you know how when your lips are a little bit crusty, you can feel it through your product? I can't really feel it. I can't feel my lip lines through the product. So that's nice. I think it's very pretty. But would this be a color that I would go for? Not typically. Unless I was doing like a neutral eye, like a one and done sort of a situation. Not this bam in your face sort of a look. But the formula is beautiful. The color is beautiful. I would go for something like this in definitely spring, summer. Because I feel like it's just the vibe. But that feels very good on the lips. So the formula itself is very nice. It's just, I think if it was a different color, and for somebody like me that prefers a sparkly gloss, like if it had a sparkly finish, immediate yes. But I would be lying if I said that it didn't remind me of another brand that you guys know that I love. So, I think, again, if you like Unearthly lip glosses, I think you would also really like this formula as well. Especially if you like a red lip gloss. So, that's my thoughts on the lip gloss. I think overall, as far as how I'm feeling as a whole about Chokehold Cosmetics, this I really enjoy. I think this was really well done. I really like how it's got the eyeshadows and face products in one. You could also use them in a different way if you want. I do want to add that on the inner corner. So since this collection doesn't have a like pencil style brush, this is what I like to use for my inner corner. So I'm going to take the shade Sweet Lies, which is what I would say is the face highlight. This is what I'm saying. I feel like this palette, I wish it had one brighter shade. Like you could still easily use this, but I love, you guys know this by now, I love a super bright inner corner. Like this is, to me, my favorite step of makeup because I feel like it's one of those finishing touches. It makes a dramatic difference. It like really opens up the eyes. So for me, this It's there, it's subtle, so if you don't love like a really intense inner corner highlight like me, you'd probably really like this. But if you're looking for something like me, this would probably be something you need to really layer up. But I would love to see a brighter shade. And since this is their first palette, like obviously they're gonna have more palettes. So I'm not knocking them for it. It's just, I'm just letting you guys know my preference. But this has a very beautiful frost. Like the frost effect on this shade is beautiful. I do like this for a brow bone. And I love that it has that slight pink undertone. Very pretty. It's just, I wish it was just a little bit brighter. That's all. That's all. Now, I'm going to show you the last look that I did. Let me throw on like a quick lip so you guys don't have to look at me with bare lips right now. Hold on. I want to show you guys the other look that I did last night because it was so simple. I got it done so fast. And this is why I love a basic bitch palette and a basic bitch eye look, because I did it so fast and I got so many compliments on my makeup last night. I'm going to use Westman Atelier. This is the shade Petal, another one that I picked up during the sale. Not my favorite color, I'm not going to lie. Thought I was going to like this shade a lot more. But it's not the fave. So, yeah, I really don't like it with this look either. We're just building a lip combo real quick. Throw on some Makeup by Mario, and this will solve all my problems. Because I feel like this is one of my favorite lip colors right here. I love this. It's, what the fuck are these called? Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Color. And this one, this whole collection wasn't a banger, but this shade was. This is Cool Pink. Now, let me show you this other look, okay? Because so basic. Now, I do want to point out what you're seeing on my cheek is the highlight from this palette. I'm wearing, what foundation am I wearing here? This is the Givenchy Prisme Libre Glow Foundation. So you can see what it looks like on two different styles of foundation. I'm not wearing the blush in this footage here, but I used literally 3 eyeshadows. You're seeing that I'm using my Rephr brushes. I do feel like these do apply better with the Rephr brushes. It's more seamless, but you're also getting natural hair brushes, which I prefer. I feel like it just glides over my eye better, but look at that fucking gold eyeshadow. I feel like if there's anything that's going to sell this palette, it's that shade right there. But is it anything revolutionary? No. Like, how many fucking gold eyeshadows have we seen in our lifetimes? Probably a million. Now, this is my only critique about the palette itself. And you're going to see that I apply this on my nose. You see that I got black on my nose. Oops. And oop. Now, if you're not a dumbass like I am, you're going to pay attention to what you're sticking your brush into. This is something so minute and so just like, Brittany, only you would think of this. But because I thought of it, I got to say it. I would have not put black next to a light pink. Because one, if you get the pickup or the kick up, if it gets in there, not going to be good. And like I was just saying, I just kind of mindlessly tapped into the palette, not thinking that there's a black shade right next to it. And luckily I was able to fix it relatively simple. But that would be literally the only thing that I would critique about this palette. I think it's a great palette, especially for a brand new brand. Like, I cannot believe that this is the first product of a brand new brand. It's fabulous. Like, user-friendly. If the color story speaks to you, I think everything in here is great. I do really like it. The only thing I would say is not really tickling my fancy quite yet is the blush, just because it's a little bit more than what I typically like. Not so user-friendly like I'm used to, but the end result, it looks fucking beautiful. So what can I complain about? Can't really complain about nothing, right? So I do want to show you guys. We got a new product from One Size coming. This is the new One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. We're going to shake this bitch up. Have you guys seen this yet? Because I saw, I think it was Painted by Spencer use this, and everything looks so good on fucking Spencer, right? watch at the glow that this is going to give the skin. Like, your skin, if you want glass skin, you know how that Kapari one is going crazy right now? Look at the difference that just made. It's so... it's so glassy. It's nuts. Now, this is the only downfall if you're somebody like me that has texture. I feel like all of my texture gets accentuated when I use it. So let me see what it looks like when it dries down. I did notice yesterday when I used this, I did have to repowder in some spots just so it looked a little bit more perfected, looks the way that I like it to. But as you can see, it definitely gives that glass skin effect. I think it's really pretty. I want to give a little look-see at my under eyes. Like, not bad. Yes, new setting spray. I think it like just got leaked. I want to say Spencer was the one that leaked it. But this is how I would typically correct. Like, I don't want this part of my face to be shiny. So how I would use something like this is I would do it on like the outskirts, especially on like a hot summer day. It almost gives the illusion of like sweat. Like you're sweating, but in a good way. I would use it on like the perimeters of my face. Now, I have been really liking this powder and also the Givenchy. You're going to see like a current favorites and stuff, guys. Because I've been using a lot of products and yeah. We got some shit that we're going to be talking about. I want to take, not this one. I want to use the blush one that I used. The one that's a little bit bigger. Because I feel like this is how I'll really like this brush. So you guys know how much I love the Wayne Goss airbrush. I feel like I would use this like that. So this is the Chokehold number 5. We're just going to dip this in the hourglass. And then on the areas that I just want to, you know, diminish that effect, pop that right over the top and you're good to go. Let's see. Would you say it actually sets or just melts the makeup in? It's hard to say so far because this is literally the second time that I've used it. So I would have to wear my makeup for an extended period of time. And then I almost want to do like do it on one side of the face and then compare it to another one. So I'll have to keep you posted on that. It's more of that, like, I feel like it's just a very specific look that everybody's losing their shit about right now. Like, you know how that one, the Kopari one's going viral? Unpopular opinion time, I don't like that look. Like, when my skin looks so shiny and so dewy, not for me. Doesn't to me look, it's not a good look. I think I look sweaty. I think I look like I need to go take a shower. I get it that that's not everybody's aesthetic. Like, clearly, everybody is living, breathing, and dying over this. The setting spray that I've been really liking, not the Huda Beauty, because I don't like the mister on the Huda Beauty. It's very much giving, like, MAC Fix Plus. This Kosas one is great. It's the Cloud Set. Airy Setting Spray and Smoothing Mist, because it gives me what I look for. Like, the smoothing. You know what this reminds me of? The Hourglass. And I love that one because it's like it's like airbrush in a bottle. It's great. Let's see. The setting spray might work on, yeah, crepey under eyes is set. It could. Like, if you're somebody that has drier skin, I just feel like that setting spray, it's not going to be a holy grail for me because of like how I just had to go over those certain areas, but I think that I'll like it for like the outer perimeters because it's like, it doesn't bother me if the outer perimeters look a little bit textured, but over like the center of my face, immediately no thank you. That's not the look that I'm going for because like I said, it's just not a look that I personally like. I want to edge this up because my eyes got really watery, so I want to just top this off. If I wanted it to last a little bit longer, like I'm taking this right off as soon as we get done, I would have put a black eyeliner down first. That way it really stayed in place, especially for somebody like me that has very problematic watery eyes. That's the trick. If you want it to stay, apply a cream first and then a powder on top. Let's see, is the one size more hydrating than the... I have not tried the Dalba spray. I'm not sure what one that is. I don't know. I feel like this is probably something like the Peach and Lily. Is it Peach and Lily, the glass skin? That's what this reminds me of. Except I think the packaging on this is 10 out of 10. Like, the mister is fantastic. It's just gonna be, if you want that, this is right there. That's how I would use this. I would do like a spritz on each side just to give my skin that like subtle sweat look. And that would be it. If you're oily, avoid oily areas with this, I would say. Because unless you like that look, like some people just like it. I don't know. Oh, it made your skin feel really dry? Really? She says she returned the Kosas one. Interesting. I really like the Kosas one. I think it's working out nice for me. So yeah, guys, that is, I think, going to be it for today's look. I think overall, for a brand new brand, if you're wanting to get on it and support a new brand, Chokehold Cosmetics definitely has my attention. Like, I would definitely repurchase from them based off of the experience that I've had, how I'm feeling about the products. Are they my favorite products of all time? Are they super revolutionary? It's like, to me, it's another makeup brand. Like, if their color stories are appealing to you, I think the customer service is there, the innovativeness as far as like color stories and stuff. I do really like the direction that I foresee them going in. I like the small curated collections. I like just the overall vibe. Therefore, it would be a brand that I would be more intrigued to purchase from again. And ultimately, I love supporting indie brands, especially small brands that are just starting out and they're doing all the things right. And the fact that they're fucking doing a donation, like 1% of the proceeds, just starting to brand. Like, do you guys know how hard it is to start a brand? To run a business? And to be donating like off the jump, it's fantastic. That tells me that they really do have a mission behind the brand, and I would just want to support that because it's great. Mental health awareness, who wouldn't want to support that? I know I do. So that's how I feel. I think overall this was really well done, especially for like, I'm like floored that this is brand new brand, first launch, and it's like, if I had to pick one thing out of the collection that I would recommend, it would be this. There's just certain things, like I said, like certain things I like about it, certain things you might not like about it. That's just the beauty of makeup reviews and me telling you guys how I feel about products. Overall, I'm very happy with my purchase from Chokehold Cosmetics. So I hope this was helpful. Let me see. I just tried the Milk Makeup Setting Spray. I used it a couple times, but I like it so far. I did not like that one. I heard everybody raving about it. Partially, it was because of the mister. Maybe I just got a bad one. I feel like the mister does like the same thing as the Huda Beauty, how it does like the splatters. I don't know. Like, I did not get the hype of that one. I like the setting sprays, one, that are going to make my makeup last. One that'll probably be always my favorite is like Urban Decay All Nighter, the Scandinavia Bridal Mist. Anything that's made by Scandinavia, I'm probably going to like it. I also really like the One Size, the hairspray feeling one, the one that's in the aerosol. I really like that one as well. Things that are going to make my makeup last longer, I'm all about that life. That is the purpose that I like for my setting sprays. And then something like this, I could see myself using it between steps with my makeup as well. So maybe if I like do all my creams, spray this over my face, and then powder over the top. That's how I foresee myself using it. Some people use it for like skin prep. Some people use it throughout the routine. Some people just use it for ending their makeup. It really just depends on how you like to use it. That pink shimmer shade in the middle looks pretty. Yes, that was the, what was it? Toxic Bond. It's almost like a duochrome because it's kind of pink, but also kind of champagne. See the little flip there? Very pretty. I wore this on my eyes 2 days ago, I think. Super pretty. This is a shade, though, I feel like we've seen from Unearthly. Like, I would have to really go through my collection. But, yeah, overall, though, like, I hope this was helpful. I hope it's not coming off a certain way, me saying, like me doing the comparisons to Unearthly. But like I said, they're one of my favorite brands, so naturally, if I'm comparing them to each other, that's a good thing in my book. Oh my god, that's crazy because I love the mister on mine. I got the travel size. I have to be careful. I do have alligator skin. Oh, shit. Yeah, I feel like it's just interesting as a whole, like, how people's preferences are so different, you know? And I love hearing your guys' preferences, too, because sometimes you do help me gauge what I want to purchase as well. So always keep your recommendations coming. I did pick up the new Charlotte Tilbury items Why I got the brush, I have no idea. Like, I don't fucking nose contour at all. I also have, like, new stuff from Ulta. We got this little NARS PR set. We've got favorites coming up. Guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please, I apologize if it was a thumbs up, I apologize if it was a hot fucking mess as per usual, because you know how it is. But if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to thumbs it up or thumbs it down. That's cool too. Subscribe if you're new, and join us in our live streams, because that's what we like to do over here. Is we go live, we chit chat, and what you guys saw today, that's just what we do, and have random ass conversations in the meantime. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any video requests that you guys want to see, let me know, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye!